Dreams do come true. So kids, what's your dream?
What more is in you? So bright, colorful and new. Sometimes it feels hard, but you don't wanna give up.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
You can see my dream?
Of course, because I too had a dream. Some days I dreamt of becoming a tennis player and some days a cricketer. To make their dreams real tomorrow, you need financial planning today. Choose from a range of child plans from Aegis Federal Life Insurance and help your child dream big. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Backstage with Boria with someone I call one of my favorite athletes of all time. And I've always said that. Sunil Chhetri, a legend, talisman, one of India's greatest, inspiration, whatever we want to call it. But this most recent victory again, Sunil led from the front and gave India a victory to cherish. Sunil, first thoughts on the victory before we go further. I mean, a packed stadium, country celebrating, important match, rankings will go higher. Talk to me about that win against Lebanon.
Yeah, Boria, thank you so much for the lovely introduction. I think we were really happy because we really worked hard 30 days. In Odisha, the conditions weren't great. But of course, it wasn't great for any of the other countries who are playing there. A small backstory: a lot of us had just finished our season, and generally, what happens is you get a break. I think not only physically but also mentally, you just want to switch off. But unfortunately or fortunately, people who were there in the national camp did not get that break. We went right from our season ending to going to the camp, and one of the reasons why we are more happy after getting the trophies because that sacrifice, I won't say sacrifice, it's a big word, but that little bit of discipline really paid off at the end. Because I still remember the first day when we were in the camp, a lot of us were a little bit bogged down because of the long season. And we're not trying to give any excuses, but I'm just telling you what happened. And then really focusing on the 30 days, making sure we train hard, making sure we eat right, sleep at time, and all this normal, usual cliche stuff. And to cap it up with the trophy at the end, beating a team like Lebanon is probably why it is more fruitful.
Some years ago, I remember a video, if I remember right, with you with folded hands saying, asking the fans to come to the venue and cheer and support the Indian team. And then I was thinking Manipur when you all played, and I was thinking Bhubaneswar, the Kalinga Stadium when you all played. Talk to me.
Amazing, Boria. It feels good, apart from the fact that the local people turn up. Boria, you'll be amazed. There are so many traveling fans. And I might sound biased, but I know it requires a little bit more time, energy, money, and also the kind of passion for people who have to travel. There are few of the amazing Indian football fans who travel to Manipur, and a few familiar faces and few of them new ones travel to Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar also. So although I'm really thankful to people from Manipur and also from Bhubaneswar in the latest tournament, but the traveling fans are always going to be my favorite. And it's amazing. I think when you're playing at home, they call it home advantage because of these gestures. And when one or too many make it, it becomes amazing. Because when you see a stadium full of fans chanting you and chanting your team, it is amazing. And the best part is we could give them back something to cheer for.
And that favorite photograph of mine was you with your wife. I mean, some photographs just warm your heart. Welcome to the family. You will soon be a member of it. Tell me.
Yeah, we were a little bit skeptical, Boria, before announcing, but my wife and we decided that we want to share this joy with everyone. A lot of people. We have been one of those couples who are really blessed with a lot of encouragement and a lot of good support and love and everything. So now that we are at the stage at what we are, we really wanted to share it with everyone, and we were trying to find ways, and we just fell back to the most cliche footballer style. We're thinking about innovative styles and innovative ways via social media, but then my wife is like, you know what, do what footballers do, man, as simple as that. Just score a goal and you announce it. So yeah, and thankfully I did not had to make her wait, because the first match that she told me that yes, now I'm ready and you can do that, is the match that we played against Vanuatu. It took some 18 odd minutes, but I'm thankful to my teammates who could make it possible and made that day memorable for us. And I hope me and Sonam, we get, and our baby, we get all the blessings and all the encouragement.
200% you will, because good things happen to good people, and that's what I said. I mean, yes, you're a great footballer and you've achieved a lot, but all that doesn't really matter. I mean, ultimately what matters is what Sunil Chhetri is as a human being, what you guys are as a family, and that's what will stay with me. I mean, you can be a great footballer, but that's fine. But what I cherish more is the friendship that we have, and that's what will always sort of be of value to me. Sunil, when you were growing up, we weren't Asian Cup regulars, we weren't qualifying. Now we have become Asian Cup regulars. Tell me.
In that context, the way you put it, a big jump. But in the context of where we want to go, a small, important jump, something we should be given. We should always, India should always be in the Asia Cup, always. And I just don't want to add pressure on the coming teams that is going to try to qualify, but we should always be in the Asia Cup, because that gives us a very integral chance to rub our shoulders with the best in Asia. So now when we play Uzbekistan, Australia, who I think are in the top 8 of Asia, and also Syria, who are knocking the doors of being in the first 10, we will get a good reminder as to exactly how much we have improved. So it is very important for us to keep qualifying for Asia Cup, so that we can attract to play against better opponents. The more better opponents we play, the more we will know exactly where we are, how much we have to improve. It is as simple as that. We can keep training, we can keep playing at our levels, but if we don't jump, we will never know. You will see Australia just played against Argentina. They could have easily picked a team from Asia, but they went and played Argentina. Every team does that. Japan, Iran, they always, almost, South Korea, look for European teams to be playing against better opponents. That's what you want to do. That's why playing teams like Lebanon, Kuwait, and all this is going to help, because they are different. You don't play them regularly. So I think qualifying for the Asia Cup now seems that we have done it in the last 3 times out of 4. We should always do it. That's the bare minimum, without adding any pressure, but that's the bare minimum we should always be.
You mentioned, Sunil, you mentioned the Asian qualification, and you mentioned Japan, and you mentioned Iran. Let me ask you this. I mean, an Ali Dai and the impact he had, a Nakata and the impact he had. How important is that break into the big league from one Indian?
I think that will give it a good push. Definitely. But I think we have to look at it at a more holistic way. We got to improve our team. As simple as that. That's because 1.4 billion people, we have enough talent in our nation. One of us, when he does that or she does that, when they go out and pave the way, go to a better league, get more information and knowledge, why a Nakata, or why right now Son, or why Alidai was important, is not only the fact that they go out and play, but the information and experience they bring back. That is a minute detailing. What they see, how they feel, how they behave is what they get back to the team, and that is why it is important. And I'm pretty sure it'll happen soon. And it's not going to happen to only one player. I can assure you, Boria, before you and me say goodbye to Mother Earth, we will see that a lot of us, a lot of Indian boys and girls will go out and do well in foreign leagues. But it is the onus is not only on one player. I'm telling you, it will be a collective effort. It has to be in a holistic manner, and slowly and steadily it will happen.
Fabulous. I mean, and I've asked this question to you before. I'll ask one more time. I mean, I've asked you the impact of the ISL, and I'll phrase it this way. For example, you at Bengaluru, you trained with Albert Roca, part of Frank Rijkaard's coaching staff at Barcelona. How much did you learn from such people, and how much the fact that these quality players are now playing the ISL, has that also contributed to the improvement of Indian football?
Immensely. Some of the coaches and some of the players have played in top level. You took name of Albert Roca. I mean, I can think about Koro. I can think about Miku.
Miku, yeah.
There are so many. Maluda, so many. And they are not just like Asian top level. They are like world top level players. They have played in top divisions and top level. And that really helps, and that's one of the most important things that ISL has done. That making sure that we are rubbing our shoulders and learning from people who are better than us. I do not like to use the word foreigner because it has a different political angle, but just people who have been in better leagues, who have more experience, who have seen better, who have better knowledge. When they come and they impart the knowledge and share the dressing room with us, it just makes us better. You can see so many of the boys who have really improved because they are week in, week out playing with and against better quality players.
Okay. One thing that stood out for me, especially in this Hero Intercontinental Cup, was the performance of the younger guys. I mean, Chante, for example, in the final, loved it. One thing is to celebrate Sunil Chhetri, but Sunil Chhetri alone cannot be a revolution. Sunil Chhetri will pave the way. You need these younger guys to step up. Who are these younger guys, according to you, who are actually stepping up? Who excite you the most? Because I loved really seeing all of these fellows, whether it's, I mentioned Chante in the final, but right through, without naming one, quite a few people stepped up.
Wow, it's a really good feeling. It's a really good feeling, Boria. It gives me so much of happiness and hope. Few years back, there were two youngsters who came to the national team. I don't know if you know them. They're Arjun Awardees, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu and Sandesh Jingan. Now they are stalwarts. Like that, when you have good examples, because these two boys that I took names of, they are not just talented players, but they are also good characters. They are somebody who a lot of young kids learn from. They are the voice in the dressing room. Nowadays, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to talk about food or sleep. I just chill because these two, along with Rahul, Borges, Amrinder, they have taken the mantle. They are the ones who make sure that everything is taken care of, right from what we eat, how much we sleep. So I can see the legacy or the culture being passed on, which is a great thing. Because in the national team, what I wanted and what I can see now is making sure you're doing everything to improve and to give your best should be bare minimum. There should be no negotiations there. We want to create a very happy space here. But when you are here, you are different and you're the chosen one. There is no chance of being lethargic. There is no chance of not wanting to give you 100%. Some days we're going to win. Some days we're going to lose. That's what football is. That's what life is. But when you are given the national team jersey, which is an absolute honor, there are a few things that are non-negotiable. And I started it, I can say that without being egoistic. But now when I see a lot of young ones, like Sandesh, like Gurpreet, who are no more young in the team, they are the stars, they follow it and they make sure, with being a good example, everyone follows it. And that is why you can see distinct difference in the physicality and the way we are. But the quality will match up. The name that you took, Changte, all of us here in the camp are a big fan of him. You will not see a single soul in the camp who will say anything wrong about him as a player or as a human being, which is a very, very difficult trait to have. It is not very often that a player is talked about in a good way on the pitch and off the pitch. Changte, Mahesh, they are the players who we love in the camp. The youngsters who are doing really well. A lot of other youngsters are going to kill me because I didn't take the names, but all of them are doing really, really well. I don't want to put pressure on any one of them, but having good examples really set the foundation for everyone to follow. And then it becomes easier.
Yeah, and you mentioned the physicality and you mentioned the fitness levels, and the two statements of Sunil Chhetri of several years back will always stay with me as long as I live. One, I don't eat what I like, I eat what I need. We'll never forget. Number two, I will not be as talented as Ronaldo or Messi, but I can be as hardworking as them and work even harder. I have taken these, I mean, you're younger to me, but I've taken these two statements from you and made them into life philosophy. So what you know, I fully understand. Last two, before I let you go. One, Sunil, we are all numbers people. I mean, 88, 87, 100, will it be possible? Will you stick on? Because physically you're there. I mean, agility-wise, you're still there. I mean, I can see you running the fastest. I can see you pushing your body. Will you give it a shot?
Boria, I do not think that I'm sounding cliche, but I do not know. But I can tell you one thing. I don't know whether it's 1 year, 1 month, 2 years. Till the time I'm playing for the national team, I will give everything that I've got. It is as simple as that. I've got two reasons now. One, because I love my country and I love playing football and it's giving so much to me. And the least that I can do is give my best. But number two, I want to set the benchmark. I should be the least in the national team. So mine should be the benchmark that this guy, he's 38 and he should be the least in terms of running, sprinting, working hard. So imagine I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. And if everyone is better than me, imagine how much we can improve. So that's a small thing that I've told the dressing room in a nice, happy way, that I'm going to go mad till the time I'm playing. It can be any number of days, but I'm just going to go proper mad. Make sure that everyone is better than me because there is no other excuse. If a 38-year-old guy can do it, whatever he's doing, it can be less or more, but that should be the benchmark. Rest, everyone has to be better than me, and I can see it happening. So that's the only thing that I can do, and I've told the boys, and they all happily agree. So I don't know the number. I don't know the numbers, but 20 years back, I never dreamt that I'm going to play. I'm going to captain my country. I may be playing for the country was there in my dreams, but captaining it and playing 100 games was not even in my dreams. It was beyond my imagination. What I've got is an absolute honor and a privilege. The least that I can do is I don't take it for granted. Till my last game for the country, I don't know when it's going to be. You will see me giving my best. I will be missing goals. I'll be scoring some, but I'll be giving everything that I've got.
That's all that matters. It's about the process. It is not about the result. As long as it's 100% and more in terms of the process, both you and I know that. We know we'll get to a certain level, and that's all that matters. I mean, when we stand in front of the mirror, we'll both say that we've given 100% to the work that we do. Rest will take care of itself. Last one, Sunil. Now that we've won this, we will jump in the FIFA rankings, is what Kalyan was telling me that night. How important is that? You perhaps get a better draw. So in that sense, put this win in context for me. How important is this win in the larger story?
So the pot one, people understand who are watching you, Boria. The pot one will have the Japan, the South Koreas, the Australia, the Uzbek, the UAE, probably the Saudi Arabia. Now pot two will have the other better teams. So if we would be in pot three, then we'll have two bigger teams, proper bigger teams to face. What it does is now we are going to be in pot two. So without demeaning the teams who are going to be in pot three, because even they are equally good, the difference is not that much, but there is a difference. So we might get a Japan, an Australia, or a Saudi, or Iran, and then it's going to be us for the World Cup qualifiers, and then probably 2 or 3 more teams, which are not going to be easy because there is no easy match in international football anymore. But it just gives you a little bit more edge, and that is why we are happy.
Excellent. I'll close it at that, Sunil. But like you said, I've written yesterday that as long as you play, I don't want to see how many goals you score or whatever, but I'll consume you because you give me a good feeling. You are that sort of breath of fresh air, that Pied Piper for Indian football who I've seen for the last 15 odd years as you've grown and become a legend. So all I will say is keep playing because you are good for sport. You're good for me. You're good for my country. So Sunil Chhetri, legend, friend, brother, and all the best to you becoming a father. Good things happen to good people. Thank you very, very much.